Odisha and other states are also encouraging one-person company, private limited company, limited liability companies, and registered partnership. Now, why we are not accepting proprietorship? So, proprietorship is not a like organized business model where there is some less legalities. So, to save your company from the tax or to do not do properly business, people normally opt for proprietorships. That's why we are not accepting proprietorship, but we are encouraging entities to go for private limited companies or limited liability companies. Because when you are opting for this kind of entities, that time there's chances of getting grants or funds from corporates gets easier, or funding also. You must be knowing, okay, in 2001 there are so many unicorns formed. Now, what is a unicorn? So unicorn normally a startup business when it's reached for 100 crores of business, 100 crores of valuation. That time it called as a unicorn. Now everybody cannot reach to that unicorn status, but yes, you can do a business in a profitable manner. By that you can survive and also support your staffs or the society you are working in. Now, so far I told you about what is a startup. Now, why a student can think of, okay, why should I start a business? Why shall I take a risk? How I'm going to convince my parents? Now, you must be participating in so many competitions, hackathons, or idea challenges. The time you are participating on those challenges or hackathons, you must be projecting a project or you are trying to solve a problem for which you are getting certain kind of awards. So normally what happens, the students after getting the funds, they just use for fun. They don't think of the business, how they can convert that idea to a business model. So if a serious student will understand, okay, yes, my idea is very valuable or noble idea or innovative idea, now I can use it to earn something. The time you no need to form a company, but you can start experimenting on your idea, so that if you are getting some kind of traction from the market, you will have that faith, yes, I can run my business in a profitable manner. So after that you can convert into a legal entity, as I said earlier. So IIC's roles, normally what happens? So in Odisha also there are so many IICs. There are so many e-cells we have formed in educational institutions. There are so many early stage incubator. There are full functional incubators also. The role of a e-cell, the role of a IIC is little similar because that deals with the students. So what happens? The faculty or the educational institute encourage their students to come and submit their project, innovative projects. And if any idea will be supported by the same organization or same institution, then it can scale further or it can go larger. So in a competition, if you are getting in prize money, that money can be utilized to form your idea into a prototype. So there are various stages of a startup. First, you are playing with your idea, whether you are not at all sure about, okay, whether my idea will work or not. But you are saying, okay, yes, my idea is innovative. Everybody demands that my idea is innovative, my idea is workable. But nobody knows that whether it is going to click in the market, whether it's going to be accepted by your audience market or the customers you are focusing. So when you are saying, okay, I have an innovative idea, maybe you are going to convert that idea into a product. Maybe your idea is dealing into services. Maybe you are going to integrate services with the products, or maybe you are creating a platform where things can be happen easily. Now everybody knows Zomato, everybody knows Oyo, everybody knows your what they are doing. They don't have any product. They all are aggregating. So aggregation is their product. That there is no physical product. So their idea is that how feasibly we can do things so that our customers, our target customer, can access our services in a proper manner. So same way, a student is having an idea that I will create one drone. I have that potentiality that I can create drone. Now, creating a drone nowadays is not that tough because in many colleges, many students are creating drones. But how far you are using that drone for any cause, that is the idea, that is the innovation. So that can be converted into a startup, but only manufacturing drones is not a startup. Okay. So my say is that in a college, when students are going to be encouraged through any competition, through any challenge, through any activities, they will understand what is entrepreneurship, how far they are going to take risk, whether they are ready with the funds, whether they are ready with their team, which are very crucial to run a business or to run a startup. Maximum success of a startup is depends upon the team they have formed. Now, during your studies, you must be having a couple of friends with you. So maybe you are having a potentiality of coding. So you should search for a person who can understand business in a proper way. You should search for a partner who can understand or implement into marketing or business development. So you are developing a product, the other partner is going to support you to develop the product, develop the market, and the other person is going to take you for scaling the business. So every individual of a company should have something to exchange or give to the company. You should not say that, okay, I am only the owner of the company, I am the CEO, I will run it, I will take, I won't give others that much of power. And one more thing that maximum startups do, okay, if somebody is having an idea, I will take my wife, I will take my friend, I will take my father or mother or my sisters as a co-founder, but there won't be any kind of support from them. So then when you are approaching any agencies or investors, that time they will see who is the team, who is driving the organization. And if they will find that, okay, only one person is driving it and others are sleeping partners, then they won't interested in your company to invest. So these are the very crucial things that you need to understand. And during my talk, if anybody is having any question, please ask. I will answer there only. I can see somebody is raising hands. Is there any question till now?
Sir, we have a question session at the end.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Ah, so, so when students are planning for any startups, because it's a very funny and fancy thing nowadays, startup. I am running a startup. I am running a startup. I am planning for a startup. But before planning for a startups or during planning for a startup, you should keep things in place. First thing is that you can note down. First is team. You and along with who are the partners or who are going to lead the company. Second thing is that who would be your ultimate customers, like for whom you are developing the product or whom you are going to provide the service. So first is team, second is your target customers or target market. Third is how you are going to develop the product. For developing the product, what sort of things you are going to require. Suppose you are going to create a drone, what sort of other machineries or raw materials you are going to require, where from you are going to procure it. So that thing is also very important. Next is funding. So funding is come at later stage. Why I'm saying so? Because unless until you have framed the three earlier things, you cannot get the money from outsiders. Suppose you have your own funds and you want to utilize it, so that's a very risky thing. First, you put some money, get an experience, whether your product is viable, whether your product is going to be accepted. After that, you take more money from your friends, from your family, or from a bank. Nowadays, government is also supporting through various grants, central government, state governments. Every state government is having funds or grants under any scheme. And lastly, when you come to a revenue stage, that time you should approach an investors. At a very early stage, you should not approach investors because if you are approaching investors, they are going to take advantage of your idea. Maybe your idea has not got the patent, but the investor will snatch that idea, or other people will take advantage of your innovative ideas. So you should be uh, think about how far I can implement it, and protecting my legal things. Like suppose you named your company, but you have not trademark it, then other company can snatch it. So trademark, copyright, patents, these are the intellectual properties that you can keep with you. And if you have received these IPs or intellectual properties, then also the governments and investors will also be happy to invest or provide monetary support to them. So idea, second stage is prototype stage, where you are developing your initial viable product. Next is trying into the market or doing some kind of research whether your product is going to be accepted or not. Then you are coming to form the company, and go for any recognition from the state or from the center, and also try to approaches banks or government funds, or later on you will come for the investors. So when I am talking about the investment part, early stage angel investors are there. So angel investors are the investors who invest at an early stage of a company. That means you have entered into the market, you are receiving some kind of traction or revenue, generating revenues. That moment of time, angel investors will fund you. So they normally fund like 5 lakhs to 25 lakhs, or to 1 crore to 1 no, 2 crores, they will fund you. Then come after angel investment, if your company is again growing, then VCs, venture capitalists will come. So they will invest more than 2 crores, they will invest. So these are the stages of startup. And when I'm talking about a college level or a student level innovations or student level startup, that means if you are into your third year, or if you are into a second year, that time only you can start working with your idea, so that by the time you will complete your education, you will have something with you. Exiting from your education or exiting from your college, you can start something tangible, and that will help you to sustain.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
What is happening?
Now audible,
Yeah.
sir.
So I was saying, you should start working with your idea from the college level, like your second year or third year. If you are starting from the first year itself, also that is very very nice. By the time you are completing your education, you should be ready with your uh, startup company, because you have already developed your prototype, you have tried your market, you have got some kind of acceptance from the customers, and you are ready with funds also. So you
Okay.
can also show the project to your college faculties, or you can convince your parents as well, because parents are also expecting that after completing your studies, you should be placed somewhere. And another opinion is that if you are working with a startup and getting some kind of experience after your college, that is also very acceptable thing. Why I'm saying so? Because you are getting a real life experience, how startups are struggling, how startups are doing, how startups are building the network, and how they are positioning in the market. So after getting that experience for 1 year or 2 years, you can come back and start your own startup. Now, I can take one example. Sachin Bansal. So he is from IIT Delhi. Then I am Ahmedabad. Joined some corporates, worked for Amazon, left Amazon and started Flipkart. So that is the story. That is the story. So where he was working, he learned everything and he start his own. Okay. So these kind of examples or these kind of experience, if you are getting from any companies, and nowadays also big corporates or industries, they are doing what do you say that internship or through acceleration program, they will try to understand whether you have the capability to solve a problem of the company, and if you are winning that acceleration program, they will give you some
Muted, sir.
I don't understand. I am not doing anything. Automatically I'm getting muted. Okay. So I was saying nowadays corporates and industries, they are also looking for innovators or innovative ideas through many challenges or acceleration programs. In an acceleration program, they search for ideas who can solve a real problem of a corporate or a company. So Microsoft runs accelerations, Google runs acceleration, then your Flipkart runs acceleration, Facebook runs acceleration. So through that, Philips runs accelerations. So if you're talking about innovations, Philips uh, is into lighting. So earlier there was bulb, there was CFL, there was LED. Nowadays different kind of lights are there. So how they are doing innovations? They are not innovating everything. They are trying to take the innovating those ideas. So they take they transfer the property and name their own. So if you have any innovative ideas, work on it, discuss with your faculties or mentors, and complete with a foolproof project. Then jump into startup world. And if you have a viable product or viable idea, there is a lot of scopes. Government funds are like anything. So initial stage government fund will help you. Later stage you can go for the further investments. And banks also, they are encouraging now startups. Earlier MSME loan was there. Nowadays maximum banks are also having schemes for startups. And apart from financial support, there are so many indirect support are also offered by governments, like tax benefits will be there. There will be like ESI and PF and other legal labor compliances will be there, that will be supported by central and state governments. So I'm sure there is also a policy in Andhra on startups, and in the Visakhapatnam there is also a good incubator which is supporting startups and innovators, and also in that Info Valley, I think that is Info Valley. So there also the NRDC center is also there. So they are trying to help in protecting ideas by intellectual properties. So so far I told you about what are the various stages of startups and how you can proceed with, and what things that you should keep in your mind when you are planning for any startups. And further, mm, with my experience, what I have seen that okay, unless until a startup founder is not having that passion or seriousness with him, nobody can help you in getting the success. So it's you who can drive, it's you who can take your idea to the next level of startups. And some examples from startups of startup Odisha are also there, who haven't received any financial support from us, but they are running successful business. And in Odisha, we are not restricting only to tech-based startups, but we are encouraging all kind of all sectors startups to onboard, get assisted, get supported from us, and scale their business. So Oyo, if you say Oyo company, when Ritesh Agarwal started that idea, so he is basically from Odisha. But that moment of time, there was no support from government or there was no support from individuals. So he went to Gurgaon and connected. He researched a lot before going for this idea. And after his research, he talked to many people who can help him. And after knowing that, yes, this idea can click in the market, there is a problem in this hospitality industry. So investors realize that this idea will click and convert it into a good business model. Then there was no stoppage for him. Nowadays, Oyo is a unicorn and they are going for IPO very soon. So ultimate goal of a startup is going for IPO. Zomato got IPO, Nykaa got IPO. But before that, they were a very small organization. That was also like a MSME, small. So startup normally starts with one or two or three or four people. Then it, as per the company grows, more people comes to it. So that's the story of startups. Or with this note, I can say if IIC is there, IIC should have certain plans for the students, how how far IIC can support in connecting with successful entrepreneurs, getting their connecting them with mentors or connecting them with investors. Because if there will be interaction with these kind of people, because they are normally the part of the startup ecosystem, so then only you will feel, you will build up that confidence. Yes, I can also prove, I can also do something. Because like in a school or college, there is a competition of athletic competition or drama competition, any kind of competition. One guy is getting selected and he is doing very well and getting appreciated by the faculty members or the college or school. Then other students are also thinking, yes, I am also having that potentiality, I can do that. So next year he will plan, okay, I will plan properly and I will do it. So similarly, this startup thing can be done. So that the IIC can also plan some role plays of companies, or what do you say, boot camps. Boot camp, in a boot camp, what normally happens is first idea generation will happen. After idea generation, there will be business plan development. After business plan development, product, then marketing, talk, talking about market, then finally how to pitch. The pitch deck preparation is also a task. So once you know what exactly I am going to pitch to the audience or to the investors or somebody who wants to understand my business, so that is also a, let's say, act. So you need to know that. So through these programs you can encourage your students and do a lot. There is a very huge scope in the startup ecosystem nowadays, and till 2025 or 27, this scenario is going to increase. So this is the very right time that you guys are getting associated with this ecosystem. Try and play with your ideas, talk to your faculties, and do research in your labs, whatever facilities you are having. Get connected with the local ecosystem. Also try to reach out other ecosystem where things are getting supported or you can get some help. We also do a lot of national competitions, where recently we have launched one national innovation challenge that is into tourism and sports. So anyone who is having a solution for the problem statement we have put, so they can participate and they can be awarded. So these are the platform, or these are the things which you can tap and do some research work. That is a main thing. So that's all what I can say on this, because at this stage, this is I think what is enough for you. and to understand. So later on, you can have some more discussion onto it. If there will be some specific queries or want to know anything, then you can also reach out to me. So I'll be available on email, and I'm open for questions. If anybody is having any questions, I will be happy to answer. Sir, I'm open for question.
Okay, anyone, any questions? Audience, please.
No, sir.
Hello.
Okay, move.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable information and knowledge with us.
Thank you.
I request the participants to fill the Google form, which has been posted in the chat box for the e-certificate.
Okay, move.
Finally, I would like to conclude the session by thanking our Vice President, sir, Director, sir, Principal, sir, Vice Principal, sir, and Vice President of IEC, sir. I would also like to thank our Dr. Subodh Pandey, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our faculty coordinators, faculty members, student coordinators, and all the participants for making this session a wonderful one. Thank you, one and all.
So,
Thank you.
Rashmi Ranjan Sahu, sir, we are really grateful. On behalf of entire Pragati system, I express my heartfelt thanks for all your delivery. In coming
Thank you,
future,
sir.
whenever we need for the development of a best ecosystem here, definitely we'll come back to you. And we hope
Sure, sir.
this type of relation will continue for overall growth of every one of us. Thank you, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Subodh Panda, sir. Thank you to all the thank you students for attending the program. For getting e-certificate, please fill the Google form, which is available in chat box. Thank you for all the participants.
Sir, can we leave the meeting?
You can leave. Thank you for attending the session.
We can leave, sir.
Yes, you can leave.
Thank you, sir.